What if the strongest man alive finally found peace, not through anger, not through endless battles, but through something far more human, love? In this alternate universe, Bruce Banner the Hulk doesn't walk the earth alone. He finds a partner, a warrior, a mirror of his own struggles, Jennifer Walters the She-Hulk. But what would happen if these two titans didn't just fight side by side, but chose to build a life together? Would they create the strongest family in existence, or unleash a new Gamma dynasty the world could never contain? Let's dive into this epic What If Hulk Married She-Hulk? Origins retold. To understand this story, we need to reshape their past. In the main Marvel timeline, Jennifer Walters is Bruce Banner's cousin, a brilliant lawyer who, after a life-threatening accident, received a blood transfusion from Bruce, inheriting the Gamma curse herself. Unlike Bruce, Jennifer managed to keep her intelligence and control, becoming She-Hulk. But in our alternate world, things unfold differently. Here, Jennifer Walters is no cousin. Instead, she's a young scientist working in Los Angeles, specializing in radiation law and bioethics. Her life changes forever when she's exposed to gamma radiation during a lab accident. Unlike Bruce's tragic explosion, her transformation is deliberate and controlled. She becomes She-Hulk, powerful, confident, and proud of her green skin. Bruce Banner, meanwhile, still lives with the curse of the Hulk, haunted, fear, a man who spends years hiding from the world. But in this universe, fate brings Bruce and Jennifer together not as family, but as equals, both cursed, both gifted, both searching for meaning. Their first meeting is not in a courtroom, not in a hospital, but on the battlefield when the Avengers call for reinforcements against the Abomination. Imagine it, New York under siege, the Abomination rampaging through the city streets, the Hulk smashing with pure rage, and suddenly, a second Gamma giant enters the fray. But this one fights with precision, with confidence, with control. The Avengers watch in awe as She-Hulk joins Hulk in battle. For the first time, Bruce sees someone who doesn't just carry his curse, but thrives with it. And that changes everything. The marriage, their bond grows quickly. Bruce has always feared intimacy. He sees himself as a monster. But Jennifer? She embraces her transformation. She enjoys being She-Hulk. She proves to Bruce that Gamma doesn't have to mean isolation. Over time, missions turn into conversations. Conversations turn into late-night planning sessions. And late nights turn into something deeper, affection. The world is stunned when the news breaks. Hulk and She-Hulk are getting married. The wedding itself is unlike any other. The Avengers attend, cautious but supportive. Tony Stark cracks jokes about reinforced chairs and gamma-proof champagne glasses. Captain America gives a solemn nod, understanding the weight of two soldiers finally finding peace. But not everyone celebrates. Governments around the world panic. One Hulk is already a potential weapon of mass destruction. But now two, united, married? To some, this isn't a love story, it's the birth of a dynasty that could challenge nations. The ceremony takes place on a secluded island, away from prying eyes. But even there, satellites watch. World leaders whisper, and villains plot. Because when two of the strongest beings on Earth unite, the balance of power shifts forever. The power couple era. Marriage changes Bruce. For decades, he's been tormented, isolated, hunted. But with Jennifer at his side, he finds something he's never had before: stability. Together, they become the ultimate power couple of the Avengers. Picture the battlefield. Armies of Hydra agents flooding the streets. Hulk charging through tanks, while She-Hulk leaps from rooftop to rooftop, taking down snipers with surgical strikes. Their chemistry in combat is unmatched. Even villains notice. Dr. Doom recalculates his strategies. The Red Hulk seethes with jealousy. Abomination grows obsessed with destroying not just Hulk, but his entire family. And yet, the Avengers begin to rely on them more and more. Hulk is no longer the unpredictable wild card. With Jennifer at his side, his anger is tempered, his rage is guided. For the first time, Bruce Banner isn't just surviving, he's living. But beneath the victories, tension brews. Governments grow uneasy. S.H.I.E.L.D. debates contingency plans. Nick Fury keeps a watchful eye, because if the Hulk family ever turned against the world, nothing could stop them. Children of Gamma. Then comes the biggest twist of all. Jennifer and Bruce decide to have children, and the world holds its breath. Scientists speculate endlessly. What happens when two Gamma beings reproduce? Would their children be human? Mutants? Monsters? Something entirely new? In this universe, the answer is breathtaking. Their first child is a boy, born with emerald skin from the start, stronger than most adults before he can walk. His tantrums shake the ground, his cries rattle windows. But when he laughs, the sound melts even Bruce's hardened heart. Their second child is a girl. Unlike her brother, she can shift between human and Gamma form at will, inheriting her mother's control and intelligence. Even as a child, she debates with Tony Stark about physics. Together, these children represent something new. Not just Gamma power, but a legacy. The world dubs them the Gamma Dynasty. Some see them as protectors. Others see them as future tyrants. Governments begin secret projects to counter them. Villains hatch plots to kidnap or corrupt them. And within the family, a new struggle emerges. How do you raise children who could accidentally shatter continents with a temper tantrum? For Bruce, it's terrifying. His worst nightmare has always been losing control. Now, he must teach his son to control power beyond imagination. Jennifer remains hopeful. She believes their children can become heroes, leaders, symbols of acceptance, but the world may not give them that chance. Crisis of the Hulks. Inevitably, tragedy strikes. One day, during a mission gone wrong, their son loses control. Overwhelmed by fear and anger, he unleashes a gamma shockwave that levels an entire city block. Thousands are injured. The world watches in horror. Instantly, the Hulk family becomes public enemy number one. News outlets call them a threat to humanity. Governments unite, demanding action. The Avengers themselves face a heartbreaking choice: stand with their teammates or stop them. Tony Stark designs new Hulkbuster armies. Thor questions whether Midgard is safe under their watch. Even Captain America wonders if love and family are enough to contain such power. Bruce spirals into guilt. He blames himself. He believes he's doomed his children to the same curse he's lived with his entire life. But Jennifer stands firm. She reminds him, "We are not monsters. We are a family. And families don't run from the world, they change it." What follows is the most explosive battle in Marvel history. The Hulk family against a world that fears them. Imagine Hulk and She-Hulk fighting back to back, shielding their children as Iron Man's Hulkbusters swarm them. Imagine their son roaring, splitting the skies with gamma energy. Imagine their daughter trying to hold back her brother, torn between love and fear. It's chaos. It's tragedy. It's the question of power versus responsibility taken to its ultimate extreme. And in the end, the choice comes down to Bruce Banner himself. He can surrender his family or trust that they can rise above the curse. Resolution. In this alternate universe, Hulk chooses love. He doesn't run. He doesn't give in to rage. He stands before the world and declares, "We are not your enemies. We are proof that gamma doesn't have to mean destruction." It's not easy. The world never fully trusts them. But over time, through countless battles and sacrifices, the Hulk family earns respect. They become more than the strongest there is. They become a symbol that even the most broken, feared, and misunderstood people can find love, build families, and protect a world that once rejected them. For Bruce Banner, it's the ending he never thought possible. Not as a monster, not as a weapon, but as a husband, a father, a hero. Because sometimes, the strongest thing isn't rage, it's love. So what do you think? If Hulk married She-Hulk, would their family save the world or doom it? In the end, perhaps the answer is both. Because love doesn't erase power, it only gives it direction. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes the Hulk family the strongest of all.